Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So I'm with Carver Jason Patrick with Jason Patrick Pipes, and I just bought a piece from him not too long ago here at the Chicago show, and I wanted to sit down and kind of chat with you, Jason, and get your story because your work is absolutely incredible. We've seen him online. What's your Instagram tag?
Jason Patrick Pipes. So
Yeah,
it's just
very simple, huh? Yeah.
Try to keep it as basic as possible.
And the stuff that I've seen is just absolutely incredible. First of all, your photographing is second to none. I mean, you really do a good job, which helps kind of, promote the pipes that you make. But before we get into all of that, I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about your background. How did you get started in all of this?
Yeah, so I've been smoking a pipe since I was 20. My grandpa smoked a pipe. I think most people have a origin story that has somebody in their history and story that smoked a pipe. So, I started smoking when I was about 21. Dabbling around in that a little bit, but really didn't get into the making or really into the pipe community for that matter until about 4 years ago. And so, I do three jobs. I'm a pastor. I'm a professional photographer, which it does help. And then I started making pipes about 4 years ago. And so,
so that's important. About 4 years of doing this.
4 years of doing this. And really what happened was when we planted a church, the guy that mentored me into that said, if you work with your mind, you got to rest with your hands, and if you work with your hands, you rest with your mind. So basically, he told me you're going to be doing a lot of work with your mind. So get a hobby that is something to do with your hands. And so I made my first pipe, and fell in love with it. And I went to the 2019 Chicago show at Pheasant Run. That was the last time I was at Pheasant Run. I bought some blocks and I bought some materials, and that was kind of.
So you went there not as a actual carver. You didn't.
Oh no, I'd made 2 or 3
anything?
pipes at that point, and so that was kind of the beginning of my journey. It was right before that show.
How did you get started? Did you have a mentor or somebody to kind of guide you along?
No, I got started with a Dremel and a cordless drill. I made my first 5 out of a piece of oak that I had, so they weren't even out of briar. And then after that, I really got started in probably the roughest way. I had not watched a YouTube video. I had not watched anything. I just had a pipe, and I was like, I could probably do something like this. And then after probably about 10 or 15 pipes, I was like, I love this. And so now I started buying tools. I bought a lathe. I bought some other tools, and then just kind of built up that way. So.
How would you categorize your work? Would you consider it as more freehand, more classical based, kind of a mix? How would you look at it? Because I see some really beautiful pieces that kind of have an influence of both. On it,
I would definitely say I'm a both guy. When I first started, I love the freehand shapes. The problem with the freehand shapes when you begin is there's not a lot of critique people can give because there's no standard to set that by. And so some of the advice I got from the beginning was make a bunch of billiards.
Like making an opinion about abstract art.
Well, and being somebody that I wanted to learn, but it was also like. Yeah, it was hard to receive feedback because they're like, well, that just looks bad. And so it's like, I don't know, well, what's wrong with it? And it's like, it's just all wrong. Like, there's not. And so then, the advice is make billiards. And so, to make a billiard, it's a simple, elegant shape that's actually really hard to nail the proportions, nail the size. And so I just started making more shapes that were more classic shapes. Then you could get feedback on them. And once I started getting feedback, I was able to tighten up some of that. And so I actually bought this book right here about smoke, and that it's a catalog that has it's not in print anymore, but it's a classic Dunhill catalog. And so I'd open that up and I'd look at the shape and I'd try to make the shape. And so my classic shapes lean English, and then making a good classic shape will translate into your freehand shapes too. The skill set's similar, proportions are proportions, and so. Then I started making some more freehand shapes. I fell in love with the grain of briar, and so to showcase the grain of briar, often you're having to cut into a block in a way that, it's not the classic way to cut in. You're going to shape first, and then you're going to drill your block after that, and so that's kind of more of a Danish,
right,
influence,
approach,
and approach. And so I do a bit of both, and I love both. I love the simplicity and the elegance of an English billiard, but I also love like the pipe you bought, the elephant's foot, that I love making that shape.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So like when you're looking at a block, how do you decide? Okay, this is what I'm going to make with this. I know you're looking at grain and you're looking, at maybe flaws in the wood and things like that. But do you go out with the mindset, okay, today I'm making a billiard, or today I'm making a freehand, or
It's a little bit of both, because about half the pipes I make are commissions. And so if I have a commission, I have a pipe that I have to make. Now I have to go find a block of wood that will work with that pipe. And so that's about half of what I do. And then the other half is I am looking at a block of wood and saying, what do I want? What's the block asking for in this? What do I want to make out of this? A lot of that is determined by size. And then it just comes down to, like, what do I like? And so in terms of shape, if I got a commission, I have a pipe in mind, and then I go find a block. I got about 400 blocks in my work.
Where do you source your briar?
Yeah, so 80% of it's sourced from Raw Crafted and Premel out of Raw Crafted, and then Steve out of Vermont Freehand. I do get some from other places. If I see a pipe maker, let's say, hey, I'm done, I'll buy all of his briar. And so I've been kind of working my way up to getting a stock that I'm comfortable with. I'd like to have 400 or 500 pieces, and I'm at 400 right now. So
that's quite an inventory, though, isn't it?
It is, but when you're making, when you're looking to make a certain specific shape, I might only have 5 or 6 blocks that'll work for that shape. That will net me the result that I want. And so, I have a lot, but with all the different shapes, you're not necessarily going to be able to do every pipe for every block.
So how many pipes do you think you produce in a month or in a year?
Yeah, so last year I made 100. This year I'm on track to make about 120. I make about 10 a month.
Okay.
And so, that it varies a little bit if I take a vacation, but yeah, it's going to be about 120. So.
Now, I'm going to show you guys some of his work here at the end of the video, but I do want to brag about the elephant's foot that I bought from him. This is a gorgeous piece with, this bamboo I really liked because it has character.
Yeah,
you look at it, it doesn't look like a fresh piece of bamboo. It looks like it's been aged a little bit. But, what I dig is the bird's eye.
Yeah.
That bird's eye, it's almost like a shield on the front, and the bird's eye is just incredible. Of course, the lines on the side of the grain is really phenomenal. Do you do your own stem work?
Oh yeah, I make everything from rods. Yep.
This is an example of what you can expect from Jason's work. I mean, this is just the stuff.
Yeah.
What I would call the stuff. And let me see that paneled horn over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about great looking pipe. Look at this, man. And the lines on this, the panel lines on this are incredible. And you can make this if somebody wanted to commission this.
That's it.
I mean, look at that bird's eye. Guys, I can't tell you how impressed I am with this, man.
Oh, thank you.
This is awesome. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you to commission a piece, what do they need to do?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is probably the best way, just Jason Patrick Pipes. You can send me a DM through there. My email address is my name, Jason Patrick. The number's 122@gmail.com, so you can reach out to me that way as well.
And we'll put all that information in the description so that you can easily access that. But I want to show you guys some pictures of his work, and so at the end of the video, make sure you hang in there and watch and look at some of these things, man. They're just gorgeous pieces. Price range is absolutely perfect. Very economical, very worth what you're paying.
Thank you.
All right, guys, go out and find his work. Follow him on Instagram so that you can see what's coming out. You're going to find a pipe you love, I promise you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.